Not how I wanted to start my stream, fighting with YouTube. I had it all perfectly laid out in horizontal mode, and it goes, oh, I'm sorry, I can't play your video. So now I am trying to switch it over back into portrait mode. I had this beautiful thing laid out for everyone to enjoy, and now I'm scrambling to make sure I'm on time, not keeping you guys wondering, oh my gosh, is this the right day and time? Yes, it is, but unfortunately, YouTube is fighting me already. Welcome, everybody. It is so good to be here. I think I'm gonna fuss with this camera a little bit more so it's perfectly in frame, because we are all here to celebrate this bad boy right here. I want to make sure it gets its due framing as well as myself. So bear with me while I mess with this. And in the meanwhile, say hi, everybody. You can get it. Perfect. I'm going to move it over here because I spent so much time on this. And the beautiful roses, all for Phil. And, oh well, got priorities here. So we're going to move it over here, get it nice and framed up. And see if that's a little bit better when I lean back. It's okay, right? Okay, just a little bit more. There we go, that's better. How's everyone doing? I'm great, I'm fantastic. I'm tired. Promoting a book is a lot of work and a very satisfying kind of tired, but we made it. Today is the release day for Unbury the Dead, and I could not be more excited to kind of soak in the feeling of being finally published author. Well, hello, Miss Karen. It's so good to see you. I'm happy you're here. And let's see if I can get my... I've never ever done a live stream before on a phone, so bear with me. And I will do a little disclaimer. I don't have the best internet. So if it gets laggy, if it freezes, just pop into the comments and let me know that it's frozen, because I have no way of telling on my end. So bear with me. I'm doing the best I can with the internet, and we're gonna have a great time tonight. And I want to give people a few more minutes to get in, even though, haha, I'm the one being late this time. But thank you so much, Terry. That really means a lot to me. And first things first, we got to make our drink. I made such a big deal out of getting a cocktail together. I wanted to make it with you guys, but I don't want to be drinking alone, so I'd love to know what you guys are drinking in the comments. Also, I was thinking, because you know the whole reason we're all here today is to celebrate Unbury the Dead. You all know I'm going to do a giveaway, which is going to be the last thing that we do here. But if you want to be eligible for said giveaway, I would appreciate it. It would make my life so much easier, is if you said hello, hi, how you doing, guten tag, in the comments, and that will get you entered, and I can get everything organized to enter you for the giveaway. Sound good? What's this? Are you a librarian? What defines a librarian? Being around a lot of books? Owning a lot of books? Yes. Yes, I am a librarian. Room temperature Pepsi sounds wonderful to me. These are fighting words, but I think room temperature anything is better than cold, although hot tea is delicious. Drinking water? Because you're getting over COVID. Oh my gosh, it feels like everyone's getting COVID right now. I'm so sorry. What? Guten Tag. Now, I don't want to go too much German because there might be a German or two in here, and I don't want to be laughed out of this room later. So, hello. Right. So let's get into this. I'm very thirsty. I've been running around all day. So, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I feel very pretty today. Not from lack of effort either. So let's start with, I'm not a bartender, and I've never been a bartender. So if I'm making this in a weird way, please don't laugh, or do. Say a comment and call me stupid. I can handle it. Right on. This, oh boy, somebody said something YouTube doesn't like. This message is being held for reviews. Who did it? Let's see, hold on. Chums. Okay. Do you guys want to see what that message says? Because it wasn't one of you. You have the boys tonight? Oh, say hello for me. Right on. Okay, I'm making a drink. No more fussing about. Let's get into this. Yes, I'm your sewing companion tonight. Let's go. Hopefully I can be somewhat entertaining. Just maybe a little bit. Right on. So, have any of you ever made an old fashioned before? I have my way of doing it. Bartenders have their way of doing it. It is kind of a personal thing, right? So I've got my ingredients here. I have, well, first and foremost, I teased it before, but handmade cherry simple syrup in a beautiful decanter that I hopefully will come out looking a little suspicious. Then, on top of that, very important for an old-fashioned, you have bitters. Now, this is my woe story. My favorite brand of bitters went out of business between the last bottle and the one I got, so I was scrambling around trying to find a new company. And this one came up. It is a local Colorado company called Ecliptic Elixirs. It's got the blood moon on it, and on the bottom, cherry citrus bitters. I like cherry. I like orange in my old fashioned, so I thought I'm gonna give this a try. So now, last but not least, you do have the optional thing, which is a slice of orange clementine cutie, as the brand calls it, and of course the creme de la creme, which is your choice of bourbon. Now, I think there's two kinds of bourbons and whiskeys, I suppose. You got ones that you mix in drinks, and then you have ones that you pour over an ice cube or just drink it straight up. Unfortunately, I only have the straight up bourbon now, but you gotta check out this bottle. It is so cute, and hopefully I don't get tagged in the YouTube world. So for legal reasons, this is wheat juice. Look at my tiny little bottle. Isn't it cute? I got it at Oktoberfest and didn't end up drinking it. So this is gonna be my choice for this evening. Laugh all you want. So first things first, gotta have your glass, whether it be decorative or plastic or whatever, you gotta have it. Now, I've never really made an old fashioned like this before. I've got a tiny little table to work with, but I do have, first, I'm probably gonna put way too much in here, but the point of the cherry syrup is it is going to make it sweet. You're gonna use that instead of, say, brown sugar, or regular simple syrup. So the idea is that I wanted it coming out looking, I need my white skin to reflect on, but it needed it looking a little suspicious, right? So if I give it a swirl around here, oh baby, look at that. It looks like I'm just about to do something illegal. Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna swirl around a little too. I can't get too sticky, so when I was doing my little video for the promo, I had it all over my hands and my face. I am legit picking up a physical copy of my glorious book, and well, believe it or not, I don't want to get sticky juice all over it. So yes, cherry juice. Okay, right on. So here comes that is a lot of simple syrup. It's going to be very sweet. Now, again, put as much in there as you want to, depending on how sweet it is. So next we got bitters. Gosh, it smells really good. So what I do, about 3 dashes. So 1, 2, 3. Get that in here. And because we're feeling special, and I went up to the effort to cut this thing up, I am going to squeeze some in here and then do just a little bit on the rim. Now, real bartenders are going to fight me again because the idea is to get the lemon? I meant orange. Oil on the top, so you squeeze that around. And I've never really mastered that, and I'd rather just have the sweet juice on the inside. So then, oh, now we've got the main ingredient. Stir this on. I spill things. I gotta put the cap back on. All right, take the chew off. This is tiny bottle, still corked. That was a very satisfying noise. Right on. So we are going to do 1, 2 shots of your favorite bourbon. In she goes. Right on. I'm still gonna get so sticky from this. I can feel it all over my fingers. Okay, now we're gonna stir it Fancy spoon not needed, but I thought Phil would appreciate something a little tarnished and a little old. Have a copy of your book in your hands. That's so cool. I can't believe it. You know what? It's been a couple weeks now since I got my copies, and it still feels unreal. So give this a little mixy mix. Get wheat juice. Well, technically, isn't that what it is? And then later, again, I had it in frame before YouTube decided I couldn't do that. Do you like my grape juice? I got options. You never know. You never know where this night's going to go. Right on. So, got this mixed up. And then, hold on. Let me just, oh, wow. Delicious. She's strong. Right on. And then last but not least, I'm going to put in my gosh, they're already melting. My once at one point square ice cube. And then I'm going to give that another little stir. Let it sit here for a minute and kind of meddle together. You don't know the meaning of sticky until you've been around toddlers, 7-year-olds. You know what? That is very true. Very, very true. Hi, Jalix. Jalix? Jalix. No ice? Oh, baby, I got the ice. It is just the one because I like my drinks a little bit stronger. I love Laws. It's good enough to drink right by itself. But it is so good. And I got a couple more just in case. But at this point, they're probably going to melt by the time I get to them. Oh, darn. I have to drink my liquor straight. I mean, my wheat juice. Right on. So, let's, you're going to see me looking down into the right because I have a cheat sheet of things that I want to keep things moving for you this evening. So, has everyone said hello? Oh, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. First things first, make sure you say hello in the comments. I want to make sure you get entered for the contest. And then second of all, do you all have your drinks ready to go? I need a yes. Because I can't legally drink this until we cheers, right? I gave you my like. You are literally my hero. Thank you very much. Water, yes, yes, yes. So with that, I think I would like to take a few minutes here and talk about my journey, talk about my gratitude, because my gosh, I don't know what to do with myself and we can't properly cheers. So I'll make it quick before so we can actually get into our drinks here. But, you know, they always warn you that writing your soul down onto paper is tough enough, right? But then you're willingly putting yourself out there to get wounded by potentially rejection. You know, rejection is just, there's no way to put it, it hurts. So I have written, this will be book number 4 for me. The first 3 I did try and get published, and every time I just went, I can't, my soul cannot take this anymore. But I didn't stop. And I'm really grateful that I didn't stop because it allowed this to happen. So it's very emotional, very, very, I'm very proud of what's happened. So it has been a long journey. It's been years of trying to get this thing off the ground, and it's sitting on my bookshelf. My God, it's so, so exciting to me. So none of this would be possible without the people that supported me along the way. Of course, my family. I am so grateful for everything that you've done. My friends, my God, you know who you are. You are the ones who were in my back pocket that told me to stop laughing at myself, to take myself more seriously, that this is something I could do. So thank you. And of course, I would be remiss not to mention my editor, Leah. She's been wonderful and just my little guiding light in this new journey. And of course, my cover artist. This is the first attempt, and it is perfect. And thank you so much, Teddy, for that as well. So here's to many more, and here's to great adventures. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Unbury the Dead. And thank you, Wild Rose Press, for putting your faith in me and taking a leap of faith just like I am. Cheers. Oh, I thank you very much. It's, yeah, it's a bizarre journey. spent, gosh, I feels like I've spent as much time marketing this book as it now has taken to write the darn thing. All of the revisions, the drafts, and finally the end product. So it's been fun though. It's the chance to create and put something out there that is just a part of you. There's really no other way to put it. It is writing down a little bit of your soul and sending it off into the wild, and gosh, hoping a couple people enjoy it as much as you did. Oh, get off my little soapbox. I'll get off my little emotional journey here. Hopefully you guys have good drinks in front of you. It's a lot at work, choking on my own emotions here. And it's so wonderful this happening for you. Thank you very much. It's just now sinking in. You know, you sign the contract, you go through all the edits, you go through all the work, and you sometimes forget to really appreciate what the heck is happening. So this is why I wanted to do this tonight, not maybe being able to do it in person, the next one, but to be able to just sit back, relax, and enjoy all of the hard work. Although I am still here to make sure all of you are entertained. So enjoy. Right on. So, oh my gosh, I had one more talking point. I even wrote it down. This is why I keep a list of things. You should see my writing planner. It's the same thing. If something doesn't get written down, it is out of my head. The last thing I want to thank is self-doubt. Thank you for always proving me wrong. Cheers again. Oh my gosh, this is actually a really good old-fashioned. I do recommend. How are your drinks? Send it in the chat below. And of course, water. Water is always delicious. I'm always going to argue that point. Sometimes it's good with tea bags. Sometimes it's good with chai added. Sometimes it's good warm. Sometimes it's good cold. But tonight it's all about celebrating. However that means for you. Let's see. Anyone? Anyone? Fizzy. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, oh, that is a good one. And I'm still sticky, but no 7-year-olds. I brought a towel. I'm sitting on it. Hold on. See, I brought a towel just in case, and I knew that was going to happen because after this next bit, I'm going to read from my book for you and attempt to make it a total fool of myself. So that might be the most enjoyable part of the evening. I'd love a chai, but it'd keep me up all night. Dude, this late? Yeah, they just forget about sleep. That would be tragic. Yeah, what are you enjoying, Terry? Put her on the spot. She's furiously trying to type something out. Phone, maybe the computer, maybe on the TV. Ooh, am I on the TV? That'd be fun. This is not going to last very long. That's okay. I got this. And read it in my best Margaret Thatcher voice. When I think of Margaret Thatcher, all I can think about is Ryan from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Now, dear, is that going to be one step or two? That was so bad. I can't even. Oh, please, can we erase that from our memory? But yeah, that's that. The hands, and he's talking like this. It was just so funny. But just fire me right now. Just put me back in my little hobbit hole and just be like, stick to the words, stick to your keyboard, and don't try and act. That's silly. So at the end of this, I would love to answer some questions for you guys. If you have any weird or, you know what, ask me anything. I'm an open book, pun intended. And once we kind of, hopefully it won't get lost, and I can scroll up. That'll be okay. But yeah, feel free to start typing down your questions, because after I'm done reading the excerpt, I'd love to just jump into that and see what you all have to ask me. I leave the best of the Margaret Thatcher speeches on for Simon when I'm at work. Why would you do that to your poor Simon? No wonder he's insane. Rude. If you're gonna motivate him, pick someone else, man. Like Robin Williams. I don't know why. That's the first name that popped into my head. He seems like he would be a really great motivational speaker. Right on. Okay, yeah, get your comments in. I'll give you a few, not minutes, but I'll give you some time to type things down. Thank you, Terry, for starting us off with this. I'm going to take another little sippy here. Oh, yes. So here's the deal. I went in circles, not literally, but trying to decide what part of my book I wanted to read for you all. Was it introducing the main character? Was it introducing the main love interest? Was it at the most climactic part of the story? Inevitably, I put many, many hours into the first part of the book to make it the most appealing to anybody. Because you know, with a book, you have to have a strong hook to get them into it and then eventually reading the whole thing. So I just decided to start from the beginning. And couple of you have already started getting your books, and I guarantee you haven't heard it like I'm about to attempt. So I said hi to Phil and no answer. You'd think he is dead or something. You know, he probably still has dirt in his ears. So there's two problems with reading for my book. One, I'm not British. As much as I really wish I was, I'm not. And two, I'm not a dude. So just use your imagination, and I hope I do this book justice. And, you know, like any good narrator, I don't turn you off from reading the rest of it. So here, are you guys ready to go? I'm going to jump right in. And can I actually get rid of my ice here? So I got a bit more room. I want to get closer to the microphone because in case I can't quite project like I'd like to. Right on. So let's jump right in before my drink starts affecting me too much. You ready? And I promise, this is not the section I read on all of my videos that I've been posting online. So sit back, relax, enjoy your drink, and hold your laughter until the end. I was so close to freedom. The concrete under my hand built up into a silky pile, a harsh contrast to the unforgiving prison that had hardened and encased my entire body. When I wasn't scraping away at the sandpaper-like walls of my impossible predicament with my fingers, the rest of my body rotated through different muscle groups, grinding away at the material, one section at a time. Initially, only my jaw could move. The grit of the walls reminded me of my predicament with every twitch of muscle. Teeth ground back and forth until the motion created enough space to move my lips and let the saliva moisten the stubborn rocks. Bit by bit created a crevice. This repetitive motion threatened to drive me to madness, however, and required me to shift focus to another part of my body. In the beginning, my feet were snug in leather Oxfords, but to my elation, time caused the material to fail, and toenails scraped directly against the concrete. Oh, bless my nails. With their strength, I finally started to make significant progress. The fine grains of gray rock pooled under my freed hand and feet with every retraction. It grew a bit more with every movement. Scrape, scrape, scrape. God, it happened so fast. One moment, the deep rays of the morning sun were pushing me back into the shadows, and the next, the heavy mixture heated up as it started its chemical reaction against my skin. It oozed around every orifice and suffocated any wiggle room I would have otherwise had. leaving no room to open my eyelids, flare my nostrils, or shift away from the pocket watch that pressed into my buttocks this entire time. For so long, the little machine announced the passing of time. Each click of the second hand reassured me the world moved into the future. It kept me company for what could only be surmised to be about a year before it too succumbed to the madness. Since then, it had been very quiet. Even if I could pry my eyes open, I'd only see absolute darkness pressing down on me from the suffocatingly low ceiling of my figurative coffin. This place kept me prisoner for God knows how long. Time did not exist here. There was no sun, no moon, no stars to gaze upon. Only my memories reminded me of what they looked like. Even so, they started to leave me too. Images of my past blurred and combined like cream and tea. As hard as I tried to hold on, they were slipping away. The reality of my current situation was my constant companion, and the only thing that reminded me of a different future rasped through the coffin like nails on a chalkboard. The rhythmic motion of rubbing my finger up and down, up and down, up and down, brought me no pleasure, but it kept me going. And revenge. It would take an utter fool to betray me like this. Only a coward would ambush a man at his weakest. They must know that this prison could not hold me forever, and my vengeance, spurred by their heartlessness, encouraged every sweep of my finger. A person in my predicament had to keep focused and set goals, make the task easier, milestones that would hopefully give me the strength to crack open my own personal hell. First, get my hand free enough that it could rotate at my wrist. Then, work my way up my arm, and once my shoulder could move, there would be enough momentum to shatter the rest of my cage. Alas, I had a long way to go. So, to keep myself from completely going off the deep end, I hummed. A particular favorite of mine, translated easily from its origin as a lively ensemble piece that highlighted the string section with hints of brass and an enthusiastic harpist. Perhaps the memory of it brought me the most comfort. A wave of warmth, like the sun's rays, circulated through me at my fondness for the evening. A Czech composer visited London for just the one performance, inviting an oversaturated audience, but our connections granted us entry. Most people would have considered it a rather late appointment, but the candles flickering around the stage only added to the atmosphere. The piano melody floated easily from one act to the other, touching emotions from excitement to sorrow with just a series of notes. But then again, it could have been my company. The last note of the symphony died in the back of my throat briefly before moving on to the sea shanties overheard from the ships roped in the harbor. Seamen often used the tunes to get through their work as joyfully as they could before the sun dipped below the horizon. Watching them from the shadows of a nearby attic made me an expert to their habits, which brought me comfort. Their movement came through the wavy glass, disjointed and unfocused, providing an excellent vantage point to watch them from sunrise to sunset. Naturally, spending so much time conducting business from such close vicinity, their songs resonated my thoughts long after their day concluded. The charm of bellowing out such tunes would have been preferable, but humming it instead would have to do. At the end of their day, they would put down their tools and meander deeper into town in search of food and drink. It never took long for one of them to wander off alone and into a particularly secluded alleyway. They had no idea what came for them, blissfully unaware that they were alive just long enough for the perfect moment to arise. Oh, with the thought, a new pang of hunger kicked me in the stomach. It felt like fire crawled up my throat. God, how long had it been since I'd last fed? Surely the lack of sustenance caused me a handicap, slowing my progress. The idea of sinking my fangs into the neck of someone warm filled my thoughts. Their veins would be visible just below the skin, protruding from the furious pounding of their heart in response to my breath on their flesh, hair rising instinctually at the danger. Oh, but the time the flight response told them to run, it was already too late. Oh, the feeling of a successful hunt provided my soul with a sensation that made me feel whole. Their blood compares to an evening with a beautiful woman. The release of energy, the strength that it gave me, addictive, no, essential to my existence. My mouth filled with saliva at the response to the vivid images dancing across my thoughts. A growl formed deep in my chest and blew out through my nose. My limbs started thrashing wildly, clawing with my hands, kicking with my feet, shaking my head. The space created from my relentless clawing felt more claustrophobic than before my excavating efforts, which drove me to convulse even more uncontrollably. No one heard my wails of frustration. Stop it! A shallow hiss festered in my throat. You are a gentleman, and your actions are no better than an animal. You are losing your grip. One by one, my muscles obeyed and let go of the tautness that bound them. My jaw slackened last. The episode built up a reservoir of venom that accumulated around my tongue. Some of it dribbled down the sides of my face, while the rest had nowhere else to go but down my throat, burning the whole way down. The granular concrete collected into lumpy piles along my backside, sitting annoyingly in places they hadn't been before. Maybe because my body felt heavier than before my tantrum, as though the pressure points were directly connected to my despair. There was no energy left for me to do anything about it, so the feelings festered deep in my muscles and bones. For the first time in a very long time, I just laid there. It used to bring me comfort to focus on the feeling of air entering and exiting my lungs, but that luxury no longer applied. Now, counting brought me comfort. Starting at 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, all the way to 1,000,000. It took a while, and after reaching the 7th digit, whatever demonic impulses took over my body no longer held me hostage. A faint twinge of anger refused to let go, encouraging another marathon to 1,000,000. Instead, my finger retracted, as it had so many times before, and the familiar sound of a fingernail against rock soon filled the cavern. Thoughts of something pleasant replaced the utilitarian numbers that provided some sort of numbness. Images of my lovely wife always occupied the forefront of my mind. An angel sent to me from heaven, her eyelashes fluffed up over green, doe-like eyes. Below her button nose were the rosiest lips a man had ever seen. A shiver ran down my spine, remembering they tasted like fresh buttercream on a warm summer's day. And oh, her body. Only the Lord would send someone so tantalizing to test me. Her tiny waist accentuated round hips that met in a perfect apple shape. My dead heart clenched at her memory. Oh, what a fool I am. One selfish mistake took her from me prematurely. She would be alive right now if it wasn't for my arrogance. Well, maybe. Her natural life could have ended regardless without having a broad concept of how much time had passed since being sent to this hell. It could have been 5 years, it could have been 50. Her lifeless body, draped across my lap, nestled limply against my chest. As my hands futilely grasped at the last remnants of her life, her green eyes stared. up at the sky without focus before her last breath seeped through her lips as her soul left her body. That was the last time I saw her. She could have been put to the rest, surrounded by strangers who didn't know her favorite color changed from purple to red depending on the time of year, or that she only wore white when she knew she didn't need to pick fresh flowers. They probably didn't even know that she wanted to stay on our farm even after death, because it brought her a sense of peace that no other place gave her. Those men never gave me the chance to share this before condemning me to this place. The same panic from before built up and climbed its way out again. The growl started low and sizzled out of my clenched jaw, with fists balled up so tight the fingernails cut into my palms. Blows of immense force pounded the top and the bottom of the space while my upper body jerked from side to side and feet kicked out in a similar fashion to a toddler who didn't get their way. A crack reverberated through the concrete. I stopped, listening to see if the noise truly happened or it resonated in a wishful thought. Remaining still, my attention honed onto anything that could be considered different. The buzzing that accompanied a silent space became apparent without the slightest hint of the walls breaking down around me. Perhaps a vain attempt to leverage the rocks apart would be a waste of energy, but it felt like the right thing to do. So with my elbows propped up as the leverage point, the broad part of my chest strained against the roof, gradually compressing. The bony points of my elbows protested loudly when a microscopic creak caused me to pause. The noise dispersed with the flopping of my limp body. More than the noise, something shifted. Hope you enjoyed. Oh boy, now I've really missed some comments. Right on. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I may have gone a little overboard, but it's hard not to with being so close to his story. So tell me what you think. I'd making a fool of myself is on the daily, and I'd love to get some live feedback for once. Thank you. I'm not quite drunk enough to keep reading. Stunning. That was great. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Some days I'm like, gosh, I wish I sounded like Patrick Stewart. But you know what? We can't all be that lucky, can we? So I'll just sit here and keep drinking my old-fashioned. Part two. I need someone to do the audiobook. Any volunteers? No way, he wishes he sounded like you? Yeah, damn right. I'd like to see Phil in a dress. He'd look damn handsome. Tell you what. Oh. Oh. Nick Anthony wants your attention. You're not going to read that at bedtime. Why not? Too scary. Oh, see, my twisted sense of humor and what's scary and what's not is non-existent, except for when it comes to the night. But either way, it could be too scary. I don't know. Nick can do the audio. He'd do a fine job of that. That'd be amazing. Probably more in my price range, let's be honest. Nick, what do you say? Do you want to do the audiobook? Just keep reading. Monotone. Just the whole thing. Wonder if you could stay serious long enough. Honestly, the best advice I could give for reading Phil is pretend you're stuck in like retail. You have to be nice, but inside you're just like, oh, I'll do your best, Shatner. How's that? No, I don't think he could. That's why, I mean, you guys know when they record audiobooks, it's not all at the same time, right? We'll just get him to record like 2 lines at once. We'll stitch those together, and then we'll just keep doing that. It might take a while. It's not a long book, like just a hair under 300 pages. How much? Let's see. Yeah, it's just a hair under 300 pages. It might take a while, but it'd be worth it, right? Get me a pot of coffee and let's do this. Hey, I'll read it in the daytime. It's very good, Laurel. Thank you very much. I will take compliments in any form. Call me fat. I don't care. Right on. So, you guys ready to hear me talk some more about questions you asked? Shall we? Let's, I gotta see where they were. My beautiful Terry was the first one to ask, and I gotta find it. There we go. Numero uno. Okay, what inspired this story? Oh boy. How long of an answer do I want to give you? A song. One single song. And if you listen to my story today, it was that song. It is called Die, period, by Johnny Goff. And I'd never heard this song before, but from that first note, it like I stopped what I was doing and I was like, this is a really good song. It just spoke to me. I don't know why. And I looked up the lyrics, and he was talking about just needing a vacation from evil, from oppression, from this one particular person. And I don't know what happened, but my brain went, you need to write a book about this. And so I started thinking, like, well, what if I had somehow a vampire that had more of Dracula's ideals, and he somehow got transported to a modern society? And it, of course, evolved from there. You get different characters, you start getting a plot put together. And my job as a writer is to, unfortunately, make Phil's life as hard as possible. So that's where the main female character comes in. And her name is Olivia. And her job is to not only push the plot forward, but to help Phil navigate this new life that he finds in. So then you start asking your questions. Well, how did he end up in this situation? Why doesn't he know anything? Who encouraged him to go away for nearly 200 years? So it's always so interesting to me that even I don't know where the story is going to go when it starts. And the fun process of writing is figuring it out. Sometimes it happens as you're writing it, in the case of Unbury the Dead. Sometimes it happens when you're planning the whole thing out on your keyboard going, this happens, and then this, and this, and then this, and then this. It really just depends. So in this case, Unbury the Dead just evolved from this one singular song. And still to this day, I listen to this song very loudly right before I got onto this live stream because I wanted to remember where it all started. Beautiful. Hopefully that answered your question. Hi to Phil. I just started and I'm so intrigued to find out where this goes. I'm so excited for you because this is kind of my jam, but it's I don't want to say too much. No spoilers. We can always talk about it, and you can always message me, email me, smoke signals. I love talking about books, so you're never going to bother me with questions. Please never, ever hesitate. Karen says, what did your publisher say about book 2? Now, hold on, dear. We're just starting with book 1. So, nothing. I don't want to give away too much information, but without spoilers, I can see where uh, there would be room for another book. And so I would jump over the moon if this book was popular enough to warrant a second, maybe even a third book. So keep that in mind when you're online and maybe, talking about my book. Yeah, just saying, I'm throwing it out there. So we'll see. We'll see about book 2. It excites me because Phil is so fun to write because he doesn't know anything. And it's such a challenge for me because I'll be writing something down. I'll be like, oh, did showers exist in 1850? Yes. Okay, moving on. So it's things that you wouldn't normally think about that challenge me and really make me excited. Hopefully that answers that question as vaguely as possible. Congratulations, Nick sent me. What? Anthony? Thank you. Thank you for being here. I so appreciate the support. Even I hope you know that you can either get it in paperback and it is also available as an ebook for like $6. So you can get it through, Google, Amazon, Kindle, Kobo, whatever. So if you want to, you can always just read it off of your tablet as well as having a physical copy. Enjoy. A book is a book is a book. He's a count. Are you saying Anthony is a count? Should I be worried? Or did I miss something? Can't wait to read the book. Part 2. No way he wishes he sounded like you. All right. Beautiful. Any other questions I can answer while I still have everyone's attention? That wouldn't be a corgi in the background. I don't know what you're talking about. Is Phil a count? No. No, he is not. And I'm not going to say anything else about that. Because I might know something you don't. Corgi approved. Dude, she's always, maybe she was trying to ask a question on the live feed. I don't know. I have no idea. Right on. I'm hoping I didn't miss anyone's questions. Did I? I think we're good to go. I say. The little chat screen on the bottom is so tiny, so I feel like I'm just like, what? Yeah. Any other questions I can answer? Count came from OCD people who would count all the time. I'm not. I don't leave, but get out with that nonsense. Big screen goals. Who do you want to portray Phil? Oh boy, here we go. You've really opened a can of worms because I truly wrote this book with an adaptation in mind because it's, you always hear people do the cop out. Oh, well, my book was inspired by this and this. I'm one of those people. And so John Wick is one of my inspirations for this movie. And the other one is kind of Dracula, man. So I wanted this book to be high action. And I really didn't want the audience to have a chance to breathe, except for like once or twice in the whole book until the very end. So it is very high action, and I would love to see this get onto the big screen. The only serious thought I've put into this is I want Trent Reznor doing the score, please. I'm putting that out here right now. Atticus Ross, whatever. As Nine Inch Nails, as themselves, I don't care. I would love to have him do like a techno gothic soundtrack. How cool would that be? I would love it. Oh, it would just, Stake my heart. I'm good. I'm dead after that, please. So even Danny Elfman, I was listening to a soundtrack by him today. He did the soundtrack for the new Dracula movie, and I was like, yeah, okay, you be a good second. But this, I was thinking for Phil, I haven't even seen it, but have you seen the pictures from the remake of The Crow? It's one of the Skarsgård guys. I don't care. I think he'd make a really good Phil, but Phil's from London. He's tall, he's lanky, he's pale, he's dark hair, he's wearing black. And as soon as I saw some stills from the remake of The Crow of the Skarsgård guy, I was like, oh, actually, just put some long hair on him and call him Phil. Yeah, Danny Elfman, he is so talented. If you've ever listened to him, he does a lot of movie scores, but he's also got some actual songs that don't affiliate with movies. Oh, they're so good. But anywho, and as far as the main female character goes, I was thinking Florence Pugh, like a very strong female who can take charge, but is also very kind, like just emanates kindness. And I thought, oh yeah, actually, I could see her playing that character very well. So if you have any connections out there or can put that good juju into the universe, this gal would appreciate it very much. The Men in Black soundtrack with my movie, just don't change anything. Oh, you mean Danny Elfman did it? Yeah, he also did Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas, I think. But either way, yeah, see, I'm telling you, Karen, Florence Pugh, all over it. I know she's kind of like the starlet and everyone's thinking of her right now, but she'd make a great Olivia. My God. Did he really do Mars Attacks? Oh, that's hilarious. But either way, so and that's the thing with Phil though. He could be in his 20s, he could be in his that drink is going to be the end of me. He could be in his 40s. It really doesn't matter, right? So as long as it's some very sophisticated, tall, lanky, pale British dude. You know, I love her too. Florence is just fabulous. So, now here's the fun part is I'm going to have to go through here and manually put all of your names into a giveaway wheel to make sure it's fair for whoever wins this free giveaway book. So bear with me. I'm still going to look at chat, but I got my emergency backup laptop so to make my life a little bit easier. And yeah, so don't mind me. I'm not like some teenager getting on her phone and be like, I'm bored with my own live stream. I'm just going to get on my computer and just, what? Oh, you're still here. Oops. So bear with me. Good luck all. Yeah, come on. No, that's not in the spirit of things. This book is mine. Mine and mine only. All right, now. Because, like, secretly, you know you want to win. Come on. And I don't blame you. It's a fabulous book. And it seems like a threat at this point because I'm so new at this. I'm going to sign it. And you're like, oh, please don't. It's a perfectly good novel. Don't ruin the front page. But here we go. I have to. And the bad thing is I had to scroll all the way to the top to get to the new entries. So I won't know what you're saying until later. So don't say anything too nasty, but just somebody start an argument. A really good internet argument. But not political. Keep that crap out of this. This is a happy place tonight. Look at me being all awkward and quiet as I manually put in everybody's names. without doxing anyone, of course. And of course, not misspelling anyone's names. But the only bummer is because everything's mirrored because it's the front-facing camera. Like if you look really closely, all of these are backwards. I'm gonna hold up my laptop screen and everyone is gonna be like, ooh, I think I won. Ooh, baby. So I am just kind of curious. This is me being nosy, but how many of you have had the chance to either start the book or have finished the book? So I want to know cuz I will eventually have stats on like Amazon of like who's bought it, but I don't know specifically. So if you want to share how it's going, I'd love to hear it because again, I've just been so focused in my little hole this whole time. Can someone just start typing out the Jeopardy theme? And yes, I do mean type it out. To the guy who said, hey, nice sweet pussy, I'm just gonna let that one go. Oops. Thanks for the compliment, sir. I think. Should I just dox him all over the internet? See who it was? I think. Look at all you beautiful people. That wasn't so bad. Just scroll through all of this and make sure. Oh. Right. I think, and here's the thing, like I would love to have background music playing for everyone, but in modern streaming world, you just can't do it. But mind you, you can use almost any song you want to on your clips that you upload to any of the social media networks. But of course, as soon as I play something on this stream, they cut my stream and our little party so quick. So I'm sorry it's kind of awkwardly quiet. I wish I could do something about it. Oh, good. There's another message held for review on the bottom. Who did it? Which one of you was it? Okay, Danny Elfman did most of the Tim Burton movies. That makes perfect sense. They're just you get a style kind of like Trent Reznor, and certain directors mesh. You know, like you listen to a Wes Anderson movie, you remove the soundtrack from it, and you listen to it by itself. And you're like, this is from a Wes Anderson movie. You just know. I think you guys are wrong about ice cream. I think you guys are wrong about ice cream. What does that mean? Ice cream is delicious. Mint chocolate chip is by far the best ice cream on the planet. Fight me. I want to see what this message says. What? Seriously? So it held the message, Nick eats bog toes. I'm showing that. Here you go. Enjoy, everybody. Another moderator just handled this. Wait a minute. There's only one moderator. Okay. Anyway. We're an hour into this and I'm still on the same drink. This has got to be a record. Okay, I think that's everybody. And I'm just curious what happens now. I don't... I'm trying to do this from my Mac and I don't understand Macs very well. Get out of here. Oh, there it was. Yes. Delete. Hide this. So I have to click. Okay. Oh, get the ad out here. I mean, it is a Tron ad. Do I keep it on here? No, it's not. It's for WWE. Okay. How does this look to everybody? Can you see it? Keep blinking here. Can everyone see this? No? Yes? No? Yes? No? Did my stream drop? Oh gosh, it's another ad. Blink once for yes and 2 for no. Do you need help? No? Okay. Well, we're going to do this thing. So I am going to pop up here so everyone can kind of see it without being blinded. And then we're going to get rid of this silly little ad because I'm not here to advertise other things. We're here to celebrate Unbury the Dead. All right, here we go, baby. This is for the official giveaway of Unbury the Dead. Oh. Sandy, congratulations, my friend. I will reach out after the stream and make sure that you know that you have won a free, maybe signed copy of Unbury the Dead. So close this guy because I'm not a teenager addicted to things, but congratulations. And I hope you enjoy. Like, it is such a fun little book that I had just a ton of fun. And this has been really fun this evening as well. So this is a bit of the conclusion. I had it in my mind that I'd hold all of you hostage for about an hour, and here we are 3 minutes over. So if you have, get out of here. What is going on here? I'm getting no more messages, so hopefully you guys are all sticking around with me. But yeah, that's it. I'm thinking about hanging around for a little while if you want to. I'm always happy to keep chatting with everyone, but the gist of it is I really appreciate every single one of you. This would not have happened without your help, your support, your encouragement through the years to keep going for something that only I dreamed about. So I appreciate you. I mean, there's no amount of words to say how much I appreciate this. So thank you. I hope you have a lovely evening and happy reading, man. You've got something new and fun to read, and it's a good time. And good night. That doesn't mean get out of here, man. Now that my silly little comments are showing up again. There we go. Nice. There is royalty-free stuff, but like on the phone, you are so limited with what you can do. So it's like I don't know, like I could have, if I did it for my laptop, I could even have a little movie trailer well, book trailers start at the beginning. I thought about playing my clips and such. I went through the whole gamut, but inevitably I decided to do this on my phone because it has the most stable internet connection. So it just kind of limits me in what I can do. And then the beautiful display behind me. And you know what? I love you, Phil, and I love you, Unbury the Dead, but we're going to shift over here for a sec. So look at this thing. Isn't that gorgeous? Hey, I'm still looking through all the comments because it's my first chance. And thank you, Terry. I so appreciate the kind words. It was fun to hang out. It was so fun. And hey, you know what? The party doesn't have to stop now. Oh, bye. I love you, sis. I love you too. I love you. I hope you're still here to see it. That's very cool. Good night, everyone. I hope you have the best evening. Mwah.